With this library, we set out to solve the problem of sampling hang drums. They're an instrument that are notoriously bad for sampling because there is an underlying sympathetic frequency that happens with the hang drum. The entire instrument resonates with every note you strike. So you have a very defined and specific tonal signature to the sound of the drum itself, but of course they're not chromatic. So when you move them into the sample landscape and you try to re-pitch notes to notes that aren't in the key of the drum itself, you don't just get the note itself pitch shifting, which would be fine, of course. You get the entire tonality of the instrument shifting, which immediately pulls you out of the realism of the sound of a hang drum. It takes the wash of the sound of the instrument, which feels like a drone, really. Anything could lay on top of it. It's just kind of a mash of chromatic tonal colors. And when you shift in semitone to create chromatic scales within a software instrument, you take all of those beautiful underlying resonances and you shift all of those as well. And it just takes you out of the realism of actually having these instruments in your hands. So what we've done here is a spectral editing approach where we took the fundamental and the overtones of every single note across the very deeply sampled instrument, thousands of samples, and we carved out every single fundamental and overtone, separated it from the auxiliary sounds of the washing harmonic resonances that happen with the instrument, along with the sound of your finger striking the instrument itself, or in our case as well, we sampled mallets as well, so the sound of the mallet striking, all of the auxiliary sounds that go into making this instrument sound real, we separated those. And what that allowed us to do is have those things not tracking pitch so they remain stagnant and sound like the real instrument, how it should sound. And then all of the fundamental and overtone information from the individual notes are free to change in pitch, completely devoid of any audible artifacts at all. Here's how this sounds, and then we'll compare it to the spectral edited version that we've created that completely removes this problem. So we can hear there's a defined pitch shifting and all of the sound that's going on around the actual pitch of the note. Now let's switch over to our spectral edited version. Amazing, amazing. It still amazes me now. It's just that sound remains, that beautiful resonant texture, and it just becomes fully chromatic in nature.